my fight fans. So I want to ask you guys something. Do you guys consider Jose Aldo the best featherweight of all time? And that's tough competition because we got Alexander Volkanovski, who is the champ right now, and we got Max Holloway. Both have beaten Jose Aldo. But here's the kicker, guys, that both of them have both agreed that Jose Aldo is actually the best of all time. But, so of course, there's always a but because I know what all the naysayers out there. Max Holloway dominated Jose Aldo twice. Volkanovski had already beat Jose Aldo, and then obviously Volkanovski beat Max Holloway. So, in right, Volkanovski should be the greatest of all time. Hold up, guys. Just hold up a second. Let me explain to you this. The reason why Jose Aldo is probably the best featherweight. Not saying he can never be beat. Not saying that record cannot be beat, but Jose Aldo was undefeated for 10 years. Last loss was in November 2005 all the way to December 2015. That's one hell of a record right there. He wins the WEC championship to Mike Brown, legendary trainer now. He defends it against Uriah Faber, Hall of Famer. Defends it against Manny Gambarian, tough fighter. Then, of course, he goes up with guys like Mark Hominick, Kenny Florian, the Korean Zombie, Chad Mendes twice, Frankie Edgar. The list goes on and on and on of all these guys. Ricardo Lombas that he had actually already beat. He actually even beat Cub Swanson in the earlier days for a title eliminator in the WEC days. So, to defend that title multiple times. And I believe Max Holloway had a good run, and Volkanovski has a pretty good run right now. But I believe we're looking at almost 10 years of title defenses for Jose Aldo. That's a very long time to be on top, guys. Now, I know what people are saying. Well, look at Volkanovski has not lost. He lost when he was younger and everything like that. But yeah, but see, here's the thing. It's easy to say you haven't lost and try to add that accumulation to Jose Aldo. But Jose Aldo's record is title defenses. It's much different than regular fights, because you have that pressure of losing. You have the pay-per-view pressure. You have the obviously being more televised and more eyes on you pressure. This isn't just some undercard fight that you're going at. This is not some maybe TV pay-per-view main or TV event that you're going at, or even a main event on a pay-per-view that just is not a title fight. These are all the things that you got going on in a regular non-title fight. But Jose Aldo was undefeated for 10 years, and a lot of those were title fights. So that's a lot more pressure. That's a lot more eyes on him. He had a whole country on his side, and he did it not just by beating these guys, but literally dominating them. Like I said, look what he did to Uriah Faber's leg. Look what he was able to do, the stoppage win over Chad Mendes. The knockout win over the Korean Zombie. Those tough fights that he had with Chad Mendes too, and Frankie Edgar. That brutal beating he put on Mark Hominick. The list goes on and on and on of everything that he was able to do to some of these featherweights. And he made the featherweight division. This was a very new division. This was not something that was popping. This was not something that was already made for him. This was something that was made in the WEC days, and he made it into something more special. He made us want to watch the little guys. We already had the lightweights, and they had their thing going on, but now we dropped a little bit more weight down to featherweights at 145, and he made that weight division even that much more entertaining. He wasn't in there just getting decisions. He was actually dominating these guys with some crazy leg kicks, some fast speed, and let me tell you guys something. The guys never really had some high grappling record. I don't think he's ever really went to a school and a higher, for where he can learn how to grapple, learn how to wrestle. But his takedown defense was literally next to none. Like, good God, there was literally nothing or nobody that could take this guy down, and that's including guys like Frankie Edgar and Chad Mendes, who are high-level wrestlers, very high-level wrestlers, and they could barely get this guy down. I think Chad Mendes may have tried once or twice, or not tried, but he tried multiple times, but maybe was able to get that, but I really don't even think that's even true. Like, he literally was. Like, you could literally throw him on the ground, and he's going to pop right back up like a damn like he had some kind of spring on his ass. Like, good God, that guy literally, you could not take him to the ground. So he was literally like the best ever to do it. Now, of course, Max Holloway came in at a later time, and obviously back in Volkanovski came in at a later time, and that's not their fault. There's nothing wrong with those guys. Those guys are great, great featherweights. You know, they're definitely out there. If there's a Mount Rushmore of featherweights, you got to put those two guys on there along with Jose Aldo as well. Those three guys, like those are the three kings of the division. Seriously. But again, there's nothing wrong with those guys. But if you're gonna choose, you would honestly have to choose Jose Aldo, because this was not a ready-made division. This was a lot of more pressure on him because this is a new division, a new championship, a new division in the UFC. You know, WEC days were different. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of televised there. You were lucky to catch it. But now you got that pressure of like, hey, I'm carrying the mantle for us. I'm carrying the mantle for the featherweight division. I'm the one that's leading the way. So he had that extra pressure on him, along with keeping his title, along with being on television, along with main eventing pay-per-views. So there was just so much riding on this guy. So definitely, guys, my opinion is greatest of all time in the featherweight division. But let me know what you guys think in your list. Do you think he's the best? Do you think Max Holloway, Volkanovski? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.